Let's go back to the dark side. Man, I swear, nothing can satisfy the need of watching a Star Wars flick. See, Star Wars is so powerful. That's why people don't understand what makes Star Wars so good. People are caught into the superhero trend. Like right now, the top three movies out in the world is Us, Captain Marvel, How to Train Your Dragon. These are the top three movies at the box office. So what that tells you is people like mystery and fantasy and story. That's what they care about right now. Star Wars is about story. That is why it is so people don't understand. That's what's the general purpose. It's not about just lightsabers and things of that nature. Shazam is not out yet. Star Wars is about story. And the quicker you understand that, the better off you're going to be. On the midnight shift, too. Right. The official release isn't until April the 5th. So you got about another week before you get Shazam. But the Star Wars poster was leaked, or what people believe is the official Star Wars poster. And it had everybody abuzz. See, Star Wars fans, they know this is why they do $1 billion every year when they come out, because of the story, the historicness. Everything you got now comes off of Star Wars. So all the Marvel films you see right now, they come off the back of Star Wars. Star Wars is they are the beginning and end with everything. There was nothing wrong with The Last Jedi. That's people's horrible assessment of The Last Jedi. It's because they don't understand it. And because of the internet age, if one person don't like it or a few people don't like it, they can go on there, edit videos, and talk about the movie in a bad way. Then everybody just piggyback off of it and go crazy. The Last Jedi was great. I don't know what y'all talking about. I mean, there are certain things that you could change, but I could do that with every movie that's a classic. There are certain things I would have changed. This is probably what I would have done. Well, here's the problem with episode 8, with fans probably like yourself. You thought you knew how it was going to play out. And see, that's how Star Wars normally goes. You watch Star Wars, you see it, and you pretty much know how it's going to play out. Watching episode 7, you had to know Han Solo was going to die. And as it was playing out, you could kind of see Kylo Ren was going to kill him. Right? You knew they were going to blow up the Death Star, or that movie there. They played just like episode 4. Just that Star Killer base is bigger. They even make a joke about it. See, there it is. Snoke dying was stupid, and Luke dying was stupid. Was it stupid when the Emperor died in Return of the Jedi? You had never really seen him but one time in Empire Strikes Back. He had one scene was a hologram. Besides that, you knew nothing about the Emperor. They threw him. He came in there. He stayed in the doggone room all day and talked to his homeboys till he shot Luke with that electricity. Then he picked him up and threw him down the thing. And Luke dying was stupid. Why? Everyone expected Luke to die in this film and that he would turn into a Force ghost somewhere into this film. So he's going to be a Force ghost in the last one. We've all expected that going into The Last Jedi. They just thought he was going to die in a lightsaber fight. I love the way he did it. I've seen the film about 12 times in the movies, and every time they show Luke hovering and he was using his powers of the Force, no one saw that coming. So when they saw Luke floating and was using the power, everybody stood up and clapped. You know why? Because that was an epic scene. We never saw Luke use that much Force power before in his life. Of course, they had all these epic stories, these scripts out, and everybody talking about a battle there where they came to get Luke. Luke was blowing stuff, sky things up with the Force with his hands. That's a Marvel movie. Okay, you've been spoiled by too many Marvel movies. Where things just doesn't make any sense. Marvel movies don't really have a story. Okay, they go from picture to picture to picture to picture. And they just in the movie, they're promoting another movie. The reason why Infinity War was so great is that they didn't spend time promoting another movie. They still continuing on with the story. That's what made it epic. But in this one, they felt like they were making another movie while they were doing it. That's right. You tell them, Shaq Flawless. Now, I've already told you how the script was, the early script for episode 9, and the poster revealed a lot. Now, they say this is not the official poster. Star Wars, however, has taken that poster down. So there is some truth behind that movie poster. There it is. There's the so-called, the unofficial leaked photo of Star Wars Episode 9. Do I think this is the official movie poster? No. But there's a lot of truth to it. There's the new characters in there. As you see the girl standing next to Chewie, a lot of people say that's Lando's daughter. You see the Knights of Ren standing over there to the side. You seeing another person look like a bounty hunter in the back. You see Poe Dameron out of character in a whole different uniform. C-3PO's got Chewbacca's crossbow. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see C-3PO becoming a soldier like that. Now, I told you how this script was playing out. Kylo Ren is abducting, going through the galaxy, finding people with Force abilities. And he's making a new army. And that's what this red is. The new stormtroopers are going to be Force ability just by Kylo Ren. He's going to make a whole new army. And he's going to be abducting children to get it done. So one of these girls is supposed to be one of the people that's freed and on the run. Kylo runs the galaxy. He's the supreme leader. He runs it all. This was always the plan. The Knights of Ren have been in other parts of the galaxy. And now he's building a whole new army, kidnapping these kids with force abilities. And they want to go and free them. Now, this is supposed to be years later. Rey and Poe Dameron supposedly have a child in this whole thing. And that child is being, well, I won't say Poe Dameron. It's rumored to be Poe's child. But it might be Kylo Ren's child. We don't know. What we do know is that Rey has kind of not adopted the ways of the Jedi. She has a white lightsaber, which means she's neutral. She's neither Jedi or Sith. She's in the middle. Now, Star Wars took this poster down immediately. Somebody leaked it out and they took it down. Now, they're going to be here in Chicago in about 2 weeks at Star Wars Celebration, where they will reveal the Star Wars trailer for the first time in the world. Anybody will see it, will be at Star Wars Celebration. Now, Kylo going back to the mask is a shock to me and from the poster. A lot of people saying that person is Keri Russell, who's standing right next to Poe Dameron, and she's like some type of bounty hunter who might be related to Jango Fett. The lady with Chewie is supposed to be Lando's daughter, but we haven't seen that confirmed, but we do know Lando's in the movie. That alien thing there might not be the final alien in the film. The thing that's standing next to Finn, I don't know what that is. He's got to go. We don't need him in the storyline. And this is supposed to be the Knights of Ren. Or it could be the kidnapped Force kids, but that leaves this army here. That's all in red. There's plenty of secrets in this episode 9, as this will end the Skywalker story chapter. My nails are dirty? You ain't kidding. They basically are dirty. Because we on the grind. So there it is, Star Wars Episode 9. Now, rumored in this script is the Jedis or the Rebels are on the run. They living in sewers like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Rey is training a whole new thing of Jedi. She's training all these kids. Kylo is scourging the galaxy, building his army. And he's accomplished something that Darth Vader always wanted to do. He has surpassed all of them. He surpassed even Luke. He did exactly what he wanted to do, was to build the galaxy in his own liking and rule the galaxy. He's ruling. And he's actually doing well. Under his rule, everything seems to be working well. A lot of people are unhappy, but he's actually ruling a lot better than Snoke was. But he's masking it with another plan of him kidnapping these children. See, like I said before, no Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis, what do you mean? Who said he was supposed to be in it? We don't know if he's going to be in it or not. Darth Plagueis the Wise is way before the Emperor. We still don't know how Snoke came about. We don't know anything about Snoke. We don't know how he got this so powerful with the Force. How he know everything? Where did he come from? We know nothing yet. That's what is called great story. See, when you got great story, it becomes a mystery. You knew nothing about the emperor for years. You knew nothing about him until they brought out episode 1. When they came out with episode 1, that's when you knew about the emperor. And they start writing books. So you would know nothing about it. That's what makes Star Wars so powerful. It's story. It's a saga. There is no Avengers story here. No, it's not stupid. The same way he died, like the Emperor died. You knew nothing about the Emperor. Was it stupid when he died in Empire? Return of the Jedi? No, he was not the important part of the story. I was sad to see him go, but the way the story was telling then, people understood it. Now we're more stupid because of the internet and everything else. We're so used to seeing stuff go a certain way. We're dumbed down. Back then, we were smart enough to understand he didn't even fit in the story anyway. So who was he? We never seen him before. We're following the story. Now it's kind of dumb because we've seen thousands of other movies do it a simpler, dumber way. James, you are on the Screen Fiend account. But thank you very much for paying attention. This is not the Casino for Life account. But thank you for noticing. No, a lot of people are gonna believe that Snoke was actually a student of Darth Vader who was in Rogue One, who was the old guy who was on it when they went to visit Vader at his lair in Rogue One. And he was the one kneeling down telling Darth Vader that he had a visitor. A lot of people think that person will end up being Snoke. See, this is how storytelling is done. They don't give you everything up front. You have to wait, and things will be revealed at a different and later date and time. And you'll find out why. You never knew about the Emperor really until the prequels. Then you start to see how he came into power and everything else. So episode 1, 2, and 3 was all about the Emperor. If you want to be honest, everybody called it the Darth Vader story. It was really the rise of the Emperor. Okay, Jack. Wow, this is the Screen Fiend account. This is the movie account. We talk all movies here. So if you ever see a movie come out, this is it. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is not the Casino for Life channel. Well, we've been seeing more and more as they brought Darth Maul back and they put him in there. So a lot of people, Star Wars is trying to correct errors that they made, like Count Dooku. I understand why they did what they did with Dooku. Dooku was a necessity, but to have him in such a position to be, they needed someone from the Jedi to bridge over to the Sith to go over and blink over, but they could have had him more of a minion because in episode 2 to have Christopher, Lee as this major figure of, you know, Jedi force ability and he's a master Jedi and he was just not really effective. Well, the Clone Wars series has gotten so much appeal because they were able to go in directions that they couldn't do in the film. So the fact that they actually started bringing people in, like Ahsoka was in the very last Revenge of the Sith and got killed. That's where her story ended. General Grievous killed her, and it's in the deleted scenes in the and I felt they should have kept that scene in the film. I don't know why they took it out. But that was Anakin's apprentice, and General Grievous killed Ahsoka right in front of Anakin. Yeah, the Clone War movie even explained a lot. You didn't know General Grievous killed Ahsoka in Rogue One? I mean, Revenge of the Sith? You got to watch the bonus scenes. Well, you got YouTube now, so it's all on YouTube. Episode 2 was the worst Star Wars movie. If I had to go back and rate it, probably. I would say it was. I don't think, but you got to look at it. We're talking Star Wars. They're all great. So which ones? One of them's got to be last. Now a lot of people are gonna say the Last Jedi, which was which was awesome to me because I loved it. Nothing went the way it was supposed to go, and it usually go in Star Wars lore, and I loved it. You go in there thinking that you know everything by looking at a poster, then it doesn't go that way. You get mad. That's not our fault. That's not the movie maker's fault. And Ryan Johnson is a huge Star Wars fan. So for him to get so much hate mail from people was just ridiculous. I mean, I know people who are obsessed with Star Wars. Like my mom think like I'm a huge Star Wars nut. I'm like, Ma, you have no idea. There's people who got Star Wars tattoos all over their body. Like they live and breathe the religion of Star Wars. Well, you said the Last Jedi sucked, so you've already got a warped a warped sense of what's good and what's bad. No, you probably are used to these Marvel movies, which are normally good, action packed, but not full of story. See, Infinity War, a lot of people didn't like that because why? It had story. That was the first Avengers movie that really had a story to it. So there was a lot of dialogue, mostly by Thanos, who you really didn't know until this last Infinity War. And you still kind of don't know his story, you just know a little bit about him. And they gave him an arc, something he didn't have in the comics. In the comics, he was just an insane human being. Well, you'll have a lot of people there. A lot of people didn't like episode one. A lot of people did not like episode one. And that was after they went back and watched it a few more times. They was just caught up in the high energy of it. But I loved episode one. It had a lot of dialogue in it, but I mean, the people who were actually making it, they felt like there was some places they went wrong in landing the plane near the end. Star Wars is made with normally three things going on at one time when they have a finale. They normally wrap it around three. Episode four, I mean, episode The Phantom Menace, which was the fourth one they did, had 4 things going on at one time. And that's normally too confusing. 3 is good, 4 is way too much. And we did not need to see Natalie Portman's character, Queen Amidala's march to the throne room. That could have been 2 minutes long. We did not need to see them go up level by level, going through the glass. That whole scene needed to be wiped out. You had 4 things going on at one time. You got Anakin in space. You got the battle that's going on with Jar Jar, and that needed to happen. So yeah, and kids loved it. They loved Jar Jar Binks. I don't know why people was losing their mind, but they loved him. And Jar Jar's doing his thing there. The Gurgans fighting with the droids, and that battle was important. That should have happened. Anakin in space, that's working. And then the lightsaber duel with Darth Maul and the Jedi's. That's supposed to happen. Those are your 3 final scenarios you're supposed to see. We do not need to see General the whole march of Natalie Portman and her character. Her time was done. All that should have been on the editing room floor. They should just have it when she busts in the room and be like, now we will discuss a new treaty. That should have been 2 minutes long. Those scenes could have been cut out. It was too distracting to cut away, go back to that, cut back, go to the space, cut back, go to Jar Jar. Too much in the way. Star Wars have story, characters that you follow. I mean, they tried to do it with the Avengers, but they're all about merchandising and marketing and lights and flashes and all this fast action, and the story is just diluted because what happened is you're telling stories of things that's already been written with Marvel. Civil War. This is why Age of Ultron sucked, and it was the worst Avengers movie out of all 3. And it has some good parts in it, but it failed comparisonly because they're in the middle of this. They've already got the script and they're still redoing rewrites to Civil War. So all they were doing was making this movie the shoe in for Civil War. Everybody was getting their shoe in. They working on Thor Ragnarok. They got Civil War going on. So that everybody is trying to position characters to go off and do their own thing from Avengers 2. So it took away from Avengers 2 because you're doing all this talk about Civil War. As I did in the video, if you saw, it's on the timeline. Check it out. The big reveal in Age of Ultron was Captain Marvel was going to make her appearance in Age of Ultron. She was going to come there and stop. First, Ultron was going to be part of Vision, and they were going to have to defeat him until Jarvis was able to take over. He was 70%. That he didn't get a chance to fully upload himself into Vision, and he was still operational when the Mind Stone came to life, and they had to fight Vision at 70%. Until when they put Jarvis in, Jarvis had to get time so that he can make himself into But he's 70% of his core is Ultron. Quicksilver survived in the original script. It was only at the last minute they decided to kill him off. but they cared more about trying to make. Oh, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. How did they mix them? Well, Marvel is nothing but a carbon copy of DC. Every character they did and over there they copied in Marvel. If DC do it first, Marvel copy. Lobo, Wolverine. You can go on for days picking characters that DC created that they have stolen over at Marvel. They've copied Superman I don't know how many times. Solo movie had flaws. It was a good movie, but it wasn't something that was going to be epic. And Star Wars is in the picture of epicness. And this is when you have two different directors come in, different visions come in. They didn't like the original director, they got rid of him. I like the original one. If you see the DVD version, it's a lot different from that director. They got Ron Howard in to make basically a safe family movie. And that's basically what he did. He made a safe family flick. And like, oh, this is a nice fluff movie. It was more rugged and raw the way the other director was going. And I'm like, I like his vision. And once you see the deleted scenes, you go, man, they could have kept all this in there. There's an extended fight scene with Chewie and Han. It made more sense that way. The escape was redone when Han first left. No, see, here's the thing. Lobo was created way before Wolverine. Wolverine got the guys who was working on Lobo, the people that worked there at DC ended up going to Marvel, right? And they took the concept and they created Wolverine. And they worked with Wolverine, came up with the look and idea, and it was the sketch of Lobo. They beat Lobo out to print. So just because you beat somebody out to print, that means you had it first. No, they actually stole the ideas from when they were working at DC before they start working at Marvel. A lot of people that worked at Marvel worked at DC first and decided to branch out. Lobo worked for that was like a third rate company, comic book company that's owned by DC. Just like they had to put the Punisher over there because the Punisher was too violent. Jabba had to die. We knew nothing about Jabba the Hutt. Only thing we knew about Jabba was from Return of the Jedi. We never knew of Jabba in the first one. We just heard the name Jabba the Hutt. That's who we owed money to. No, I gotta tell y'all the next one is up is the Civil War. I'm gonna give you all the breakdowns of the scripts of these films because they were really done last minute. A lot of this stuff was done rush, 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 last minute, rush job, rush job. Now, when they did Infinity War, the only film that they had that was coming up was Captain Marvel. So they went immediately into filming Captain Marvel. Yes, what's his name? Jamie Foxx is playing Simmons. They got the guy that's playing Hawkeye. He's in it too. He's got a character in there, and I was showing everybody that too. It's in the timeline. Well, a lot of people want Kathleen Kennedy to step down. It's going to be exciting to see what happens here at Star Wars Celebration. A lot of people want her to step down, and I don't understand why. And you're going to get you a Black Widow movie. I mean, she already messed up Ghost in the Shell, so let's see what else she messes up. No, and I can show you a lot was revealed at the end of Episode 8 Star Wars. At the end of Episode 8 Star Wars, oh, it went down. See, a brother can tell you right off the bat what went down. She wanted to give it up to Poe Dameron. And you could tell that right when they met. They basically told you what was going on from Episode 9. Poe Dameron pulled up, and it was like Pimp Street. He was like, "Hi, I'm Ray. I know who you are. I'm Poe Dameron." And she got to blushing. Y'all didn't see all this, man. Y'all got to read into this. And just like a chick, this is what a chick do when she finally, she's been in the desert all her life. She ain't seen no dudes. She out in space, seeing how the world. Now she in the mix. It's like taking that girl that's been in the house her whole life and putting her in the club. She gonna be like all shocked and all glued to the first guy that brought her there. Then she get comfortable. Now she thirsty. Now you can't tell her nothing now. Because once a good girl's gone bad, she's gone forever. And so what does a woman do? It's natural instinct for a woman. When she sees another guy she wants, she ain't gonna just jump at that guy. Cause she don't want to look bad. So she's gotta wait and see. She's like, I don't know this thing about Finn, and I know how he feels about me, but I don't kind of feel that way right now. Not about Finn. It's fate. She interested in Poe now. And now she gotta wait, and now she gotta look for some flaws in the Finn. Finn gotta mess up. So right in a millisecond, she started looking at Finn to see was he gonna screw up. She looked. I mean, and I mean, Ryan Johnson did this so perfectly and so quick. He basically set you up for the next film right here. He set it up like nobody's business. As soon as he set this up and put this stage in motion, it went like this. You saw Finn grab the books, grab the blanket out. You saw Poe introduce himself to Ray. When I'm shocked they didn't meet when they were on before she left out and took off to go to see Luke. Why wouldn't she have met Poe then? But I don't know. That's what Poe was like. I know who you are. I'm like, you should. Y'all came back after y'all blew up Starkiller Base. Y'all came back and Leia gave her a hug and she took off. Right, and Finn, he was so stupid, he didn't realize he was rolling with a chick that was ready to break him off some. And he was like, "Oh man, she was ready. I had two bras." He didn't realize that. You know, he a stormtrooper. He didn't realize all that. He didn't pick up on them signs. Then she kissed him. Like, we protecting the things we love, stupid. He want her man. She want her some Finn. So Ben was like, man, all right, I'm gonna take care of her and keep her, make sure she's straight. Cause he know, look, I got a guaranteed thing right here. See, Van know, like, look, I got a guaranteed shot right here. This thing with Ray, that's gonna be some work. This here is already good to go. So I gotta make sure she's nice and get healthy. I'm gonna make sure she okay. And Ray watched it. Ray watched him put the blanket on her, and she was just like, that's my out right there. She see her out. She gonna be like, well, you was all caught up in that girl. You ain't had no time for me. She gonna make it now. That's gonna be her excuse when she go ahead and start banging Poe. And he go, hey, Poe, that's my girl. Poe gonna be, oh man, I thought you was with old girl now. That was y'all found each other. And then she gonna be like, yeah, I saw y'all two together. So that's why I'm over here with Poe. No, you stay with him. You got y'all girl, y'all good. I'm with Poe now. See, that's how women operate. Tell you, this whole thing, Star Wars, was deeper than what you know. A lot went on that Millennium Falcon. Y'all missed it. All that was going on that Millennium Falcon. It's gonna get hot. Everything finna go down on that trip. Y'all missed all of this. And this was in the last scenes of episode 9. It went down. And then she talked with her and she was like, what do we do now? She's like, oh, we got everything we need. And I think she gonna take a crystal off those crystal foxes. You see those crystal foxes, those little foxes with all them crystals on them? She gonna take one of them crystals off them crystal foxes. She might have found one somewhere. And that's how she gonna make that white lightsaber. She gonna construct it and build it herself. Then we might find out who her parents are. See, Star Wars is full of mystery and story, and that's why people are so in tune to it, because we want to find out what's going on. Marvel is, we're entertained by it, but then it fades away. Because here's the thing, we already know what's going on. We got Spider-Man movie coming up. We got Black Panther 2 coming up. So we ain't really caught up in the, oh man, everybody's gone. We know they coming back. Can't have a movie without them. They promoting Spider-Man movie right down now. Kind of takes away from the fact he died in the last one. He's like, I caught it. Then Sophia Stewart is a thief. Seriously, she is. Carcino with the World Series trophy. Oh my goodness, I got a World Series in my bag. Felt good when I won that trophy. Oh yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? Y'all done motivated me. Y'all finna see that scene I'm talking about on The Last Jedi. Who ready to get it cracking, Captain? Are you ready? All right. This movie here, The Brass Teapot. I like watching it. It's a very good movie. Do I want to resume? I'm probably right where I was at before. Do I want to resume? Yes. Because I know exactly where I'm at. I'm right at the end. Yep, I'm right at the part. I know because I was just looking at it. I'm right here. Right at the part. Look, the whole disc knew. I almost was talking about this on live. I went right to it. So we finna get this done real quick. I'm already there. All right. Let me get you guys a seat at the table. I don't want you to miss nothing. Hey, hold on, buddy. I ain't say run off. Slow down. There you go. Just want to make sure people can see what's actually going on. All right, there we go. All right. Now I'm gonna make some magic happen. There we go. Some magic is happening. Now, here we go.
Looks good.
Look at Poe, look at her.
Right.
Hi.
Oh,
I'm Poe.
right. I know.
I know. Look how she look. She looked like, oh my God, he knows me. Oh, she ready to go right there. He knew what he was doing. I'm Poe. I'm ready. I know. Look at her. She gone right now. From this point on, Finn had lost his girl. She gone. He should have known better. He just lost his girl right then and there on the spot. She gone. So now she finna kill. Now watch how quick it happened. I'm telling you, Rian Johnson wrapped all this up in like 3 minutes. She finna now start looking for flaws in Finn so she can have an excuse to run over the Poe. And look how fast it happened. Poe, all he did was try to help somebody. He grabbed the blanket. He finna go on over there, help the old girl out. Watch, she watching him too. Look how she looking. Uh-huh. Yeah, she see it all. She looking right at it. See, I tell you, y'all missed all this. How the heck y'all missed this? This finna set up part 9. Her and that little Asian girl gonna get into it. Cause she ready, she ride and die for Finn. She gonna be like, you better use the force or something. Cause me and you finna get it on. Finn is mine. Oh, they finna get into it. See, look how they still focusing on her checking that out. Uh-huh. I was gone just for a couple of days and he already creeping. She got that. He creeping. Now she ready to creep. Man, I swear, Star Wars is deep. Y'all missed it. Hey, Star Wars was deep. Y'all missed that. Y'all missed the whole ride. That's what the whole episode 8 was all about. He ain't worried about her. Is it Finn with that other girl he finna be now? She was into him. He wasn't really into her. He was trying to get the Ray. Then now he know he got this side piece on the side. He got that little Asian dish over there. He wants some mushu. He's like, I need some mushu now, baby. I got a guaranteed thing over here. And that's where he gonna go. He be like, man, you too much work. You be gone all the time doing all this force training. I ain't finna go months and months waiting on you. This chick here ready to give me a shot right now. She waiting on me, hand and feet. I'm staying right here. He cleaning the house. You want me to do anything else for you? You want to sleep with me again? I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I do. This is gonna work out just fine. Rose, she was the check down chick. She was the check down. She was a check down for real. He was looking downfield. He was gonna hit Ray Long, but that's too much work. She right there, 6 yards with her hands out, and ain't nobody looking at her. She right down the middle. She's just standing right there with her hands out. Ready. It's time to take that check down. Gotta hit that check down. That's what I'm saying. This next film, Ray gonna have a kid with Poe. Just gonna jump. I'm ready to go. The new trailer kicks off. It's gonna be hot. Oh, she curved him real bad. Cause it's like a chick you get out the house. You the first one to take her outside and show off to the world. Everybody's like, hey, who is this? She fine. And you like, man, her mind is just blown. So she's sticking close to you because she don't know nothing else. Then she start to see everything else. And then she's like, why am I still here? Then before you know it, boom, done for. The story carries Star Wars. The story. That's what moves Star Wars. The story. So it's not about characters. It's more about story. So you following the story because you're interested to know what in the world's going to happen next. We already knew Rey was going to construct a new lightsaber. But now it seems like she's going to construct a white lightsaber. Poe and Finn about that, yeah, about the bro code. Well, she still got a crystal in there, but that's a blue one. She might use one from them crystal foxes. Now, the biggest surprise in The Last Jedi was actually the tie to episode 9 and not Rian Johnson's trilogy. And I'll explain that at a later date.